Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with another miniature food unboxing. Today we've got MGA's Miniverse Make It Mini Food Series 1. It is very pop comic kind of vibe. There are a bunch of different styles. Looks so real. There's one set, it's resin in there. It has shakes, desserts, and more. And there's 18 recipes to collect. Here is the UPC for anybody looking for them. Now, it doesn't show anything on the outside. This is a different material than it usually feels compared to the LOL dolls. But it's very interesting. I did pick these up at my local Walmart. I did then immediately following buying them, see them at the Target that was across the street also. So they're starting to show up in the stores. And look at that. This is a different kind of plastic ball than we're used to. But it's interesting because this ball does have like a flat side down here where it says Miniverse. And there's 3 levels of wrapping, which is unfortunate. You know how I dislike having to go through these wrappings. There it goes. Most of the way, that's fine. So this is what it looks like. We still have another layer of wrapping, but we've already seen kind of some of what's in there. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be slime or not. So we're going to look together. So there are lots of things that are in here. So there's one that says made fresh, another one that says keep cool. We've got a miniature table that comes in there. This is not going to be the perfect size for Barbie, but for a coffee table, that's not bad for a dollhouse. And then this says Happy Sun Farms, and it's got like cutlery on it. And then there are some tongs and things. And then another Happy Sun Farms. So this feels like it's very self-assembly. And this says thank you. And this is another one of that. And we've got this bowl also. So let's try to figure out. Lisez-moi en premier. So there's 3 different languages of instructions. So, okay. Contents are not food. Please keep this manual. Contents, including specifications and colors, may vary from photos depicted. Cover the play area to prevent resin damage to surfaces. Okay, so this is resin. It's a little weird. Okay. Keep rubbing alcohol or wipes close by to clean up messes and your hands. Highly recommended to wear gloves and eye protection while using resin. It is recommended to set resin in direct sunlight. Note the intensity of the sun may vary depending on your location and time of day. How to play with resin. You shouldn't play with resin, but think of your resin as glue. Use it to make everything stay in place while using as base holder, so to expose when poured. Resin, don't overfill your cups and plates. Build your dish or drink using the ingredients and step-by-step recipe card from your pack. Each pack has unique ingredients. Some packs may have a few more pieces than needed for the recipe. Once you have your drink or dish prepped, move it to a sunny area on a tray. Set the resin in direct sunlight for at least 5 minutes or until resin has hardened. Only check if resin is hardened with the tweezers provided. Bring the dish or drink back indoors to cool down before touching it. Clean all surface. Okay, so this is a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be. I thought these were going to be more on like the whatchamacallit. So we have 18 different recipes to use. And as you can see, they each come with different things. So I guess we're going to have to look at those a little more carefully. But it does give you the recipes for all of them, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so this is going to entirely be dependent on how delicate you are with placing miniatures. So this is really interesting. This is not a stocking stuffer for kids, though. What is the age rating on these? 8+. Okay, so at least that's a little bit better. But wow, okay. So our card that we got is Rise and Shine. What does that mean? What? None of these are this color. Oh, here we go, Rise and Shine. So that means we got chocolate chip pancakes or French toast. I'm not sure what color that's supposed to be. But interesting. Okay. All right. So I guess we'll figure out what's in what when we get things out of their bins. Okay, so this is our Made Fresh. Okay, so this is our Sunny Griddle, 2 French toast slices, so that's kind of cool. These are like our standard MGA things. This is our resin bottle. I'm gonna just try to keep that for last, I think. Here's our plate. So compared to a Ken doll, you know, this is a really big plate, but still within the realm of doll possibility. Okay. So I guess important is going to be these little tweezers. This is our little display that we stick in the top of there, which would have been really cool if that turned into like a covered dish, which like I guess it does because you can put the table kind of back in there. Let's see. Okay. There we go. So, okay. So you can put that little table back in there and have this act like a little, like a covered dish. So that's kind of cool. And then we have our little tongs, which I guess those are going to be used for placing things. So yeah, we're definitely getting our French toast. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so here are our Happy Farms bananas, like our banana slices. If you look at those, they are pretty banana-like. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted to just use these as like regular like materials. And then we also have blueberries. Those are individually formed. And they have the Happy Sun Farms again. And then we've got a fork, or as Ariel would call it, a dingle hopper. And then we've got our maple syrup, which I'm pretty sure that is our resin, which is kind of how we do that. So we put the plates down, so we put the French toast down, and then we open our resin and we put our thing on there. I am so not sure if this is how we would really do this, but how's it supposed to look? So they put like 6 banana slices on there, or 7 kinda. Like that's impressive. I don't know. Resin can be a little tricky to work with, and I'm gonna have to put something down. So I think I'm gonna do all of this at the end, like the actual assembling, to show you guys. Just because it might be easier than trying to do this all multiple times, because that way my stuff will be kind of synchronized at least. And it's not like we get a different set of instructions every time. So let's see which ones we got in our other ones. But this is completely different than kind of what I thought it was going to be. Because, like, it doesn't really say on here. It says non-edible miniature toy food to build and collect. One set, so resin. Like, it's got, you know, between 0.1 ounces or 0.17 ounces of resin. Like, that's... I feel like that could have been advertised a little better as to what this actually is. But it's interesting. But this is completely different than what I was anticipating it to be. Like, I thought this was going to be along the lines of our like fast food ones that we recently opened, our food moments or whatever they're called. But I was completely wrong. Okay, so let's see. So we're gonna take this and snap it back in there. Okay, and we're going to put our tray back on there. Got our little tongs again. Another one of these. And we've got our little, like, pie thing. So this must be a pie of some kind. So let's see. This is our resin again. So we got our chocolate cream. That's kind of fun. Got our little chocolate bar. So let's figure out which one of these is going to be that. So I guess it's the s'mores parfait that we got this time. So that's kind of cute. Let's see what else we got in there. We don't need this. Oh, I should probably put that back in there, though. Yep, here's our big glass This glass is about the size of a Barbie head, but I've seen desserts that big, so I'm not that impressed. But let's see what else we got that comes with this one. And again, I will do all of these. So we got our crumble. I will like put these all together at some point because that's the point of them. I am a little nervous to work with the resin. I would have rather it just been super glue. Here's our little marshmallows. And then we've got a little spoon. Very cute. And we've got another set of tongs and the little tongs again. These are apparently going to be very important for us. There's our little stack. Very fun. And now our last one that we got right here. I actually have a UV light that I may just use instead of the sun because it's really cloudy today. I've never actually worked with resin. It is one of the crafty spots that I've not done yet. But I like these cool little trays and things. But I don't know how cool these really are until you finish them. Which, I mean, you know, it's kind of like Legos, but this is also toxic. So let's see what our little thing looks like. So we've got a spread of peanut butter. So let's see which one has peanut butter. Nothing on that side. So I guess it's one of these. It's either banana toast or avocado toast, and I'm guessing it's banana toast because I don't see anything else with peanut butter, but we will see. So 2 different toast, so that's fine. There's our sweet baked spreads. Very cool. And then we've got another big platter. Very cool. We'll at least have 2 of those that match. A little knife. So we do have a full set of cutlery for this one now, at least. Now, I don't know if I would get multiples of these, just because this is a lot more effort than it is. I treat these as, like, these are awesome as they are. Like, without being assembled, I kind of like these just as miniature foods. But, yeah, here's the banana toast. Like, I kind of like them as just the regular things. Yeah, this is sunny side up. Okay. So, I don't know. I am intrigued by these, but they seem like they're going to be a lot more effort than we're used to with these little, just like open-ums. So I'm going to have to grab something to put down on my filming area here for just a second. Actually, you know what? I've got some pieces of cardboard that I haven't recycled yet. That'll work. That will be my good little area. I pulled these out of the Rainbow High locker sets. So let's see. I feel like the easiest thing to do is gonna be the little mocha one, our s'mores parfait. So you go s'mores. So let's see. So crumble marshmallow, s'mores, wait 5 minutes, pour more in, but that doesn't look like that. Looks like they do it like, well, maybe they do. Okay, so there's 2 layers. So s'mores is actually going to take the longest, which is unfortunate, because it does look like it's going to be the easiest. Okay, let's do the s'mores first. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to move all this stuff over here. So we're going to look at this. Okay, so it does have a little pull tab, which we're going to use. Dang it. Little things are on there kind of tight. Okay. I might have to just stab it. Okay, and our crumble that we're gonna do is gonna be just a little bit like this. So it goes crumble, I did not make this hole big enough. Okay, I'm gonna have to widen this hole a little bit more. Got a bit of a narrow opening right there. Okay. All right. And then we're going to get a couple of marshmallows in there. I can work with the little tweezers. Okay, and then we just go like this. So I'll do a little bit. set that one off to the side because we're going to dry that here in a bit. Okay, so set that one off to the side. Got our resin that is still in its little thingy. Got our crumbles and our marshmallows and our cute little tongs that we're going to use. There's our spoon. Okay, so next we're going to do this one because it's a little bit easier, I think. Our little French toast. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take our French toast out like this. This is pretty decent quality bread, surprisingly. And then for our French toast, we are going to do our maple syrup next, which is our resin. I'm just going to do a quick little X to kind of open that up. All right. And then we'll take our little these are not made for giant hands, FYI. Okay. Bum, ba, ba. Okay, and we're gonna have lots of extra with those, so don't worry too much about it. I don't remember how much syrup they put on there. It looks like quite a bit. So we're gonna do, try to set this up Are you not coming out? What's the issue? The hole is cut. Came out just fine on the other one. I guess not. All right. May have to replace that razor blade in my box cutter here in a bit. It's okay. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see now if that comes out a little bit better. There we go. Sorry if you can hear my neighbors. They're being very noisy today. So that's kind of how we just do it, I guess, for that. And then we can leave that to dry a little bit. And we are going to have a bunch of leftovers for the bananas and the blueberries, so that's good. And then your syrup does wind up being its own kind of thing, and you can keep the little like French toast box as a whatchamacallit, as just like a miniature set dressing. What I'm going to do is move that out of the way, and we're going to look at our other one. So this one is not nearly as complicated. It's just kind of bizarre in that you're going to have to spread it with the knife. But it'll be fine, I guess, hopefully. So on this one, and these do also have like warning labels that you're supposed to peel off. Oh, this has got a little freaking bread clip. That is amazing. I am slightly afraid of how well this is. How well this is made, and I'm actually not going to be able, but unfortunately they sealed it instead of just leaving it open, so I'm going to have to tear it. That's okay. It's still cute. I'm going to keep that little bread thing though. That's cute. And we take our little toast, and we're going to smear this individually with our cool little thingamabobber. Well, that did not take off the whole thing. Let's see if we can get this. We have to actually get in there this time. So I have to take off as much of this as I can. Okay. So we go in, we try to take as much of this as we can and spread it. Like that. Again, this is non-edible. So we're going to put this one on there. Again, bananas. So just like that. And we can just leave that as it is, because I don't think it looks any better than it's gonna. See, they put like 9 on there, which, I mean, we could do, which I guess, no, it's just gonna be peanut butter with bananas. But that is a lot going on, and we're gonna close that back up so it doesn't dry out. I think it's been long enough for us to try to do this second part. Don't you guys think? And then the Parfait again. We're gonna crumble. We're going to do a couple of marshmallows. We're going to pour the rest of that chocolate cream under there. It's not looking as pretty as theirs, but then again, my parfaits hardly ever look as pretty as my mom's either. So, you know, just kind of where we're at, visually speaking. And then I guess I'm just going to put some crumbles back on top, and we're not going to worry about it drying over time, because we're going to make this video too long if I wait that long. I'm actually going to just do chocolate up here to kind of seal that in. We're going to try to get those air bubbles out. Okay. And then we're going to put some more of these things on top. And we're going to open up our chocolate bar. And we're going to take one of our chocolate bars and just kind of pop it in there. Just like that. Just to make a nice, pretty parfait. And then we just kind of let that dry and go from there, because I don't really know how else we're supposed to go with that. We got a couple extra chocolate bars, so I can just kind of combine these bananas, I guess. But I appreciate the detail that they went through for these, because that is kind of wild. We're going to put the chocolate in a little container. Chocolate's organic. It's fine. And then we used all the crumble and all the marshmallows. Actually, we didn't use all the marshmallows. There's one still left in there. I'm just going to kind of drop on top of that. So we can just kind of toss these out if we don't need them. There is still some maple syrup, I'm pretty sure, in there. So what we're gonna try to do is make sure that that resin is at least gonna dry a little bit. So I'm gonna take that off. Yep, very cute, but we're gonna treat this like it's real maple syrup and not an add-on. And that goes with our little, whatchamacallit. This is our spoon for that one. We can keep those separate. I'm gonna take the chocolate cream off of our, well, actually I'll leave the chocolate cream like that. I think we used the majority of that was in there. But that's very cool. And we could still kind of put these under the microscope, but it doesn't really work because it rolls under, surprisingly. But if I were to take that off of there and just display them like that, I can do it just like that. So, very cool. I think these are fun. I think these are a little too involved to be kids' toys, but they're very cool. But these are very much more going to appeal to like the model builders in my audience compared to the miniature collectors, because this isn't collecting so much as this is an activity. Like, I'm really glad I didn't pick up like 10 of these like I was going to, because I wasn't sure exactly what they were after looking at the packaging, and I'm glad I didn't, because this would have taken us all day. But it is resin, so it is toxic. Don't eat it. It's very cool. Like, I'll say that. But it's very much more like an activity. I'm going to keep saying it's an activity because it really is. It's not a toy so much as it's an activity. You do wind up with a toy, but it is not on its own just a toy from what I'm dealing with here. But it's very cool. And again, you have to let it dry in some sun or under some UV light. It is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. I have this cute little UV light that I bought. I'm just going to hit it for a couple of minutes here in just a second. And when we're done, these should all kind of like stay in place, hopefully. But we'll see. If they don't, then, you know, it's fine. These are still pretty cool, even if the resin doesn't work right. And honestly, some of these, especially the ones that came with fruit containers, I would consider just keeping them in the containers. Like, these are cool for the fact that you get anywhere between like 2 to 5 ingredients that are just like on their own. Because like we get avocados, bananas, strawberries. Let's see what other fruit. Some more strawberries. I think those are differently sliced bananas over there on that side. More strawberries, bananas, blueberries. There's even chocolate chips down here on this one. And there's cherries on that one. I kind of wish I'd gotten the pie. Like the actual like cherry pie. That would have been really interesting to put together. And then like more like key limes, like berries and blackberries, some more blueberries, some sliced lemons. Like, if you want these for the fact that they are very cool little pieces, I say go for it, because that's really interesting. And these actually come with like full pie stands, so that's awesome. I'm kind of mad I didn't get one of these, the tarts or the cheesecakes, because they actually come with what I thought the container was going to turn into, but it's not. So, I mean, they're very cool. And we got the... I don't see any sort of like rarity guide, which is kind of surprising for LOL, but they're very cool. So, I mean, it is a bit more of a pain in the ass than I was expecting it to be, but it's very cool. And you do get these little stands that are in there that are basically little like coffee tables for our dolls. So, you know, kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie that this is a very interesting concept. I kind of would have expected them to come out with this like 3 or 4 years ago, when everyone was messing with resin. At this point, it's kind of out to be playing with resin to like make things, but it's really interesting, and it's not a repeat of things that we've seen. So, 10 out of 10, I think. But if you just want to open something and put it on your shelf, this is not the toy for you. Like, let me just say that out loud. This is not the toy for you if you just want to open. If you just want to open something, this is not the toy. So, just remember that. So, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like. And as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings. Bye, y'all. Be good.